No matter the location, from O-A-K-L-A to L-V, I'm a Raider.
Raider Nation, what's going on? You're watching the Raiders Report. Raiders lose 34-10 up against the 49ers in Santa Clara. How are you feeling? Let me know. Give me that one-word reaction. My one-word reaction probably should have been magic, but it's not that at all. Luckily, though, shout out to Magic Spoon for hooking us up with an awesome offer. I'm just going to have to eat away my sorrows after that 34-10 drubbing. But Magic Spoon, magicspoon.com/Raiders, $5 off your very first order. So we're going to be getting in now a post-game reaction. This is literally filmed right after the game, so if you guys want to join in, that's how you go ahead and do so. Game was just trash. E-Maney, yeah, I'm kind of with you. How many trash can emojis can we get going in the chat right now? Because that's how I felt. The offensive side of the football didn't play well. The defense did not show up at all. I'm really worried about the Raiders' front offensive line play. And then even the defense. I mean, the defense got just ripped apart on the ground. I mean, they gave up over 230 rushing yards, 4 rushing touchdowns. It was a very, very rough performance. If there was a one winner, though, I was actually impressed with Gerald McCoy. Nathan Peterman, though, he was basically in 99% of the snaps for the entire Raiders preseason. That's what's coming in from our man Joshin. We lost, I know, but next year, regular season in Vegas, it's going to be a different story. 100% with you. I mean, if you watch this game, it's 49ers first-string players going up against second- and third-string guys for the Raiders. If you know a 49ers fan, if they try to rub this one in your face, what I want you to do is rub your thing in their face. Because all I'm saying is it doesn't matter. This game was one of those where the Raiders played it safe. 30 of the guys didn't even travel. Like, 30 of the Raiders starters didn't even travel. The entire 49ers roster and starting roster started the game. So, like, I don't want to hear it. But, Armin, I'm 100% with you. Let's go to Project DSM. Is Trey Lance making the team? So I'm actually going to be doing a 53-man roster projection tomorrow, Monday, on the Raiders Report. I don't think I'm going to have Trey Lance making the roster, though. He played a lot in this game. B.J. Emmons didn't look good. He had an early fumble, which led to more snaps happening for Lance. But the fact that Jalen Richard has not been cut yet or not been released makes me believe that the Raiders are ultimately going to hang on to him. How mad is Jon Gruden? I mean, John's obviously upset. Because not so much that they lost the game, but the 49ers were so much more physical. And I mean, they were just so much more dominant on the offensive line, on the defensive line, in the trenches. And that's the stuff that pisses Gruden off. So, like, that's why I think he was upset. But you want to be able to see more about this offensive line depth. Because I'm going to be honest with y'all, Jeremiah Patazzi, he was bad. Patrick, number 77, can never pronounce his last name, he was terrible as well. I mean, the entire preseason, Jared Jones, not good. Like, there was a lot of guys. Jimmy Morrissey, though, he did start in this game, which actually kind of indicates to me that maybe he was over somebody like Nick Martin. Definitely something to watch. A surprise cut candidate to keep in mind, Nick Martin. Now, if you guys are diehard Raider fans, if you're looking for Raiders videos, literally every single day, guys, I got you hooked up. Just go ahead and click that big red button that says subscribe. We just crossed 82,000 subs. Like, that's an amazing, amazing accomplishment. I want to get to 100,000 subs. I want to get to 100,000 subs. There's a big reason why I love doing what I do here, but I do it for free, and I do it because this is the best fan base in the entire world. So if you're bleed silver and black, if you rep the shield, go ahead and subscribe. We got a super chat coming in from Alec. What up, brother? It's not that bad. Raiders left 30 starters in LV. Gannon was making some good points at the end. Like, I hear you. 100% on board. Raiders left a lot of guys there. 49ers played a lot of their starters as well. Though, when I really think about it, I was impressed by Dylan Stoner today. 3 catches, 69 yards. I thought he actually played pretty well. Made a few clutch catches. You can type nice. You can type 420. There's a lot of things you can do right there with the Dylan Stoner stat. Gerald McCoy, clear winner to me. Dallin Levitt did not impress me. If there was probably the biggest loser in this game for the Raiders, I'd probably say Isaiah Johnson. Isaiah Johnson was targeted 2 times. The first time he was targeted, pass interference. Now, it was called on Carl Joseph, but it was clearly on Isaiah Johnson. And then a few plays later, it was like a throw in the back corner of the end zone. Johnson doesn't get his head turned around. He just, like, throws his arms up, another pass interference, ball down at the 1, 49ers kicking in for the end zone. I get that he's been hurt, and he's been kind of battling it out for this last roster spots here, but, I mean, this is a guy that I didn't have making my last 53-man roster, and after his performance today, I'm sorry, there's no way the Raiders can keep him. And if they do, I'm just like, what the hell are you doing? Like, seriously, what the hell are you doing? What up, Rubik? I would cut most of the players who played today. I mean, most of the guys who played today will end up honestly getting cut. Some of the guys that did play today that I don't think that'll get cut, Tanner Muse will make the roster. Divine Diablo, he'll obviously make the roster. Gerald McCoy deserves to make a spot. He played really well. Hell, he was playing so well that even some Raiders players like Max Crosby were tweeting in the middle of the game. Like, McCoy looked good. It was just all the other guys around him really, really struggling. And honestly, if there's another guy that I think deserves to make the team that could be like that surprise guy that makes it, Roderick Teamer. He is playing his freaking heart out, and I was impressed by his performance today. Something that's going to impress a lot of y'all is how good this cereal tastes and how cheap and how just honestly how amazing it is. MagicSpoon.com/Raiders, $5 off your very first order. Whether you want to get some cocoa, peanut butter, frosted, fruity, blueberry, cinnamon, waffle. I mean, we got all of it here for y'all. So go to MagicSpoon.com/Raiders. That's going to be available for y'all in the chat. It's also going to be available for you in the live description as well. So if you haven't already, please go ahead and try this stuff. It's really, really healthy for you. 13 grams of protein, only 5 to 4 grams of net carbs, 0 grams of sugar, less than 170 calories per bowl. Next thing that I want you to do, go to your refrigerator. Actually, you keep your cereal in your fridge? That's kind of weird. Go to your cupboard, go to your, like a cabinet or something like that, and look at the back of a cereal box and look at how much junk is in there. And then think about the numbers that I'm giving you on screen right now. I'm telling you, it's so much healthier for you. As soon as you try it, you won't ever go back. Let's go to the next question coming in here from Jesse. Brown hasn't looked that great during the preseason. I don't know if he'll look better with Carr. They might be the better. So, like this is actually one of the points I wanted to bring up in today's show. John Brown played most of this game here. And the fact that Brown was on the field playing in this one, he's also been banged up, I get it, but Zay Jones wasn't at this game. I actually think that Zay Jones might actually have the upper hand over John Brown on the depth chart. Like, if I'm the Raiders, like, that would scare the hell out of me, because when the Raiders signed Brown, I was like, this could be your Nelson Aguilar replacement. That's how high I was on him. And the fact that he played in this game and didn't really look good, another person to throw out there as a surprise cut candidate could actually be John Brown. Let's go to the next question coming in here from Jesse. Remember, guys, use hashtag Raiders to get featured on here. What players would you cut next? What players would you sign to improve our secondary defense? We need big guys in there. Well, one player that I was really impressed about today in the secondary was Damon Arnette. He made 2 or 3 really good plays earlier on, and then they got him the hell out of there, which is everything you wanted to be able to see from this defense, because for this team to take that next step, Arnette really needs to be able to take that next step. Speaking of which, one player who did not travel with the team today, Nate Hobbs, which to me indicates that he is going to be starting Week 1 Monday Night Football in the slot with Trayvon Mullen, also Casey Hayward. He has the step above somebody like Arnette, so shout out to Nate Hobbs for balling out. But in terms of players that I would cut next, the 53-man roster, you got to get down by Tuesday, 4 p.m. Eastern time. I'm going to be making a lot of videos around it, so you guys can watch my 53-man roster projection tomorrow. What up, Project? Do you think it would be nice to play both Mariota and Carr in the regular season? By the way, I love watching this. Appreciate you. I'm a believer where if you might want to throw a few plays out there for Mariota, you can. But at the end of the day, Derek Carr is clearly a better quarterback than Mariota. And therefore, I want our best players out on the field. If you want to mix it up where it's like 4th and 1, you want to bring in Mariota, or 3rd and 1 or something like this, red zone packages, I'm okay with it here and there. But I want Carr when it matters the most, and he's going to be out there on the field when it matters the most. So, Project, I appreciate the question, but I do not anticipate seeing a lot of Mariota and Carr. Though, one thing that the 49ers did do a lot today was mix in Trey Lance and Jimmy Garoppolo with their first-team offense. Christopher, cut Peterman. So the issue with cutting Peterman is his contract has already been 100% guaranteed for the entire year. So, like, they gave him $1 million, and I get it, maybe in the NFL, $1 million isn't a lot, but Jon Gruden loves Peterman, and Peterman's going to make the team. He's going to end up making it because they are a little bit worried about Mariota's ability to be able to stay healthy. They are a little bit worried about just the extra depth at QB. So Peterman's going to end up making the 53-man roster, and then I think at some point they're probably just going to kick him to the practice squad. It's probably just what's going to end up happening. But the other thing that Gruden loves is Peterman's understanding of his offense, actually. It's just, he's just not the most talented guy. I know. We've never said that before on any NFL or Raiders Report show ever. So what I want you guys to do right now is fill in the blank. The Raiders' preseason Week 3 MVP was, and I get it, in a 34-10 loss. It's hard to pick that stuff out, But I actually give a lot of credit to the people that watch the entire game. We had a lot of people watch our live watch party. I mean, we'll probably have 50,000 people that ended up watching that bad boy. But the reason why it's important is because you don't always just look at the score. You need to be able to pick out the guys that did show up, that did play well. And, I mean, Damon Arnette was a big-time winner for me in this game. Gerald McCoy, big-time winner in this one. Dylan Stoner, Vic Tafer last week said, don't be surprised. I shouldn't say don't be surprised, but don't count out Dylan Stoner making the final 53. 3 catches, 69 yards, liked what I saw. Probably would say those were the 3 biggest winners in tonight's game. Let's go to Scott Black. Hey, Mitch, who do you think will be getting their blank whooped, the worst? Ravens, Steelers, or Dolphins? Regardless, 3-0. Don't forget, Magic Spoon got honey nut flavor. They do. They got a bunch of different flavors. Honestly, one cool part about Magic Spoon, they like break out new flavors all the time. So you got to like kind of like stay up to date if you want to get like the new releases and whatnot. But I actually think the Raiders are going to end up beating the Dolphins the worst. I am not confident in Tua. I'm not confident in that offense. That offensive line is also kind of suspect as well. But I think the Raiders start 2-1. That was my projection, but anything can happen. All right, Joshua. I can't stand why Gruden loves Peterman. He performed awful. I think it just comes down to when it comes to your third-string quarterback, who's somebody that you have confidence in, being able to know your playbook. And when you know your playbook, then you can execute that with a lot of the backups at practice. Like, you don't ever want to see Peterman in the game. It really comes down to, can Nathan Peterman execute the plays that it comes down to in practice to help other players just be in the right spots? The answer to that is yes, and that's why Gruden likes Peterman. I don't know. What up, Manuel? Thoughts on Kuntz today? Wasn't impressed. He looks small. He looks actually not as fast as what I was hoping, and he's getting pushed around a lot. Like, Trent Williams absolutely just demolished. And I get it. Trent Williams is one of the best tackles in the game. It's why he got his 6 years, $138 million. But Trent Williams is making Malcolm Kuntz look like a little boy. And that's kind of a little bit of a frustrating thing, simply because the Raiders have missed on some of these guys in the past. But I have not been impressed by what I've seen from Malcolm Kuntz thus far. The entire preseason, practice reports haven't been that great either, but hopefully we can get it turned around here a little bit. Now, if you guys want to hit me up on IG, please go ahead and do so. I'm at MitchellRens365. I answer my DMs literally all the time, but the biggest reason why you need to go check out my IG right now, I got the hookup for free Raiders tickets. I'm talking about Raiders against Ravens Monday Night Football tickets. If you want to get the details, go to my latest post on Instagram. It literally is this picture that you guys are about to see on screen right now. You click on this post, you get the info, how you get the plug for Raiders versus Ravens Monday Night Football, and I got information how to get Raiders and Dolphins Week 3 tickets as well. Literally, all you have to do, and I mean this, all you have to do, you don't got to pay anything, you don't got to do anything. All you have to do is show up to Tailgate Social in Las Vegas and say, Mitchell Renz from the Raiders Report sent me. If you guys do that, you're entered to win Raiders tickets. Each ticket is valued at $3,000. Like, guys, they're like 3 or 4 rows from the field. Like, you're right there. You're not on the 50, but you're really damn close to it. And all I'm saying is this. We do so many awesome things here at the show. I wanted to be able to give back to the nation, and I want to be able to show y'all that, hey, I appreciate y'all and I love you a lot. So if you want to actually go to the game, go to Tailgate Social. Tell them Mitchell Renz from the Raiders Report sent you. If you want to hang out with me, if you want to have a chance to come on a future Raiders watch party, I'm going to be at Tailgate Social on Saturday, September 11th from noon to 3. I'm going to be there basically all day Sunday watching football games on September 12th. And then on that Monday, I'm going to be out there tailgating, having a good time. And then I'm going to do a Raiders versus Ravens watch party at Tailgate Social. So if you don't want to go into the game, maybe you can't afford the tickets, or maybe you're just going out to Las Vegas to party for that first weekend, show up to the watch party. Raiders versus Ravens. I'm going to be bringing people on the screen. It's going to be a hell of a time. So put it in your calendar. If you want to DM me early on and say, Mitch, reserve a table for me, I got you. I just want to see people there showing out, having a good time. Let's go to this next question in here from UL. Thoughts on Amik Robertson? I actually thought he played pretty good in this one. He had a few key breakups. He obviously looks better to me on the outside than he does the inside, though the starting defense in today's game was Arnette on the far right, Robinson in the slot, and then on the far left, the name to me is drawing a blank right now, but he was starting in the slot. He was also playing a little bit of special teams, had some up and down plays, but I was impressed by Robinson today, but he's still on my roster bubble. Let's go to Eloc. Ravens will beat you. Action Jackson, 2 facts. Lamar's fast, But Elock, I'm going to guess you're a Ravens fan. I don't know. Go look at Gus Bradley's numbers against Lamar and tell me, no J.K. Dobbins, I'm not worried about Gus Edwards. And then who the hell is he going to throw to? Hollywood Brown, he's been banged up. Rashad Bateman, he ain't even going to play. Mark Andrews, he's a good tight end. And then you even got Sammy Watkins. They got so many receivers banged up. I'm confident the Raiders are going to come out Monday Night Football, and we're going to walk away with a dub. Let's go to this next one coming in from Project DSM. What do you think of Jalen Richard? Do you think he will get cut? I like Richard. I've never met him personally, but one of my really, really good friends is like, dude, Jalen is an amazing guy. Jalen has talked to me a few times in the DMs, and he was working his tail off this offseason. When I tell you tail off, he was doing 3-a-days. Like, not 2-a-days, but 3-a-days. He was in amazing shape, and unfortunately just got injured. And, like, all I ever ask for a player is to give it your all, and that's exactly what he was doing in the offseason. Do I like paying a third-string running back the amount of money that we're paying him? No. He does also, though, offer special teams value, which is, one of the biggest reasons that I think he's still going to make the team. But I have Richard making the team, but if you guys watch the show, I'd give it 2 Chucky heads on him getting cut because I literally think it could be a coin flip. Trey Regis didn't really show enough to me tonight where I'd be like, that guy deserves to make the team over Richard. If you were to tell me which guys I think have more talent, Jalen Richard or Trey Regis, I would pick Jalen. But the fact that Jalen's got that foot injury, it does make me a little bit nervous for him not making the team. But then I also think, like, well, shit, I could save $2.3 million by moving on from Jalen. So it's something to think about. But if Richard gets cut, if any of that kind of stuff happens, obviously I'm going to keep you guys up to date. 53-man roster projection coming out tomorrow. So get your grades in here now. Raiders versus 49ers, grade the performance. It's a D or F. I mean, there's no other way you can look at it. And it's as simple as that. And it's more from effort. Like, I wanted to see effort in this game. I get it. It's the 3rd preseason game. But when you had the amount of players out on that field battling for jobs, I wanted to see more of an effort. And there was only a handful of guys where I was like, that guy showed up. And to me, that's a little bit depressing. So what I want you guys to do right now, if you made it this far in the video, know that I appreciate you. The preseason, I thought, overall was pretty good. They came away with a win up against the Seahawks. They beat the Rams as well in a tough game. Sure, you lost to the 49ers, and looking at it, if there was a game that I wish we would have won the most, it probably would have been up against San Francisco. But it's part of the gig. It is all good. The Raiders, though, well, it's going to be a fun season, and I hope you guys are going to be watching the entire year. If you bleed silver and black, please subscribe to the Raiders Report. I promise you, we're going to have a lot of fun this year.